Hey, what's up everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we are doing the June boxing schedule. So, we're just going to cover all the fights that are taking place in the month of June. I know it's a little late. It's already June 6th today. We did have Claressa Shields fought on June 3rd, but that's the only major fight that has happened already. So I want to give you a little preview for the month of June, fights that you can look forward to, and go from there. Before we get into that though, guys, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Excuse me, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to build my channel up here. All that being said, if there's something you don't like, you could always leave a thumbs down or leave a comment letting me know why. And now back to the schedule. So this weekend coming up, June 10th, we got a couple different cards on. Also on June 9th, there is a ShoBox triple header. No major names, just, up and comers at ShoBox. That's usually what they're all about. But the fight on the June 10th, the two fight cards, they're basically the main events because the undercards really haven't heard much about them. But first up on ESPN, you got a big fight between Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez for the 140-pound junior welterweight title, the WBO title at 140. Big time fight right here between these two. Taylor still recognized by most as the #1 guy at 140 as he takes on the former #1 guy at lightweight, the former unified lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez. So this is a big fight right here for both these guys. Taylor needs to prove himself. Lopez needs to prove himself. And it's going to be good on ESPN this Saturday the 10th. Go look at my breakdown video. I did that a couple weeks ago on this fight. You can see how I broke the fight down and my prediction. And then I'm also going to do a preview on this fight later on today. What you can expect in a prediction. Also on June 10th on DAZN, the main event. Again, haven't heard anything about the undercard. The main event though is Jaime Munguia, the undefeated middleweight contender and former junior middleweight champion, as he takes on former 3-time world title challenger and middleweight contender Sergey Derevyanchenko. This is probably the toughest opponent that Munguia's fought. Maybe since he turned into a middleweight. So it's going to be a good test for him. I also did a breakdown video on this fight a couple weeks ago. So make sure you check that out. Take a look at it. And I'm going to be doing a preview of the fight and give my prediction later on today. But that's going to be a good one, a good middleweight banger right there. You don't want to miss that. June 10th on DAZN. Then June 17th, you got another couple cards. Let's stay with DAZN for a second. Main event on the DAZN card is going to see Regis Prograis, the newly crowned WBC junior welterweight champ at 140, as he pretty much takes a stay busy fight to take on Danielito Zorrilla. He was supposed to fight undefeated Australian Liam Paro, but Paro had to pull out with an injury. So now he is going to take on Zorrilla instead. Just a way to see, Prograis back defending his belt. I like Prograis. He's making his debut with DAZN and Eddie Hearn. So it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. June 17th. And then also that night on Showtime, we got a pretty decent couple fights. First, in the main event, you got Tim Tszyu, the undefeated WBO interim junior middleweight champion at 154, as he defends his title against former world title challenger Carlos Ocampo. Tszyu just staying busy ahead of a Charlo undisputed title fight, and Ocampo coming off of a better than expected performance against Sebastian Fundora, where he lost the decision. But he's a tough guy, willing to get in there with a world-class guy like Tim Tszyu. Should be a good one on June 17th. Also on the undercard that night on Showtime, undefeated Rais Salim, super bantamweight contender at 122, takes on Sam Goodman in a IBF eliminator right there. So that should be a decent Showtime card that night on June 17th. Then on June 24th, we have two more cards coming at you. Solid fights. Starting with ESPN, you got Edgar Berlanga, the undefeated super middleweight contender on the rise, as he battles Jason Quigley, former world title challenger. Berlanga making his debut with the Zone as he wants to put himself on the map and put himself in position for a Canelo showdown at some point at 168. And this is how he gets started right here against Quigley. I'm looking forward to this one. Again, that's June 24th on the Zone. And then the main event of, I'm sorry, that's on the Zone. Edgar Berlanga and Jason Quigley. Now the Showtime card. We got a pretty good Showtime card on June 24th. Carlos Adames, the WBC interim middleweight champion of the world, battles former unified junior middleweight champion Julian J. Rock Williams. This is a good one right here. Adames is a top 5 middleweight. In some people's eyes, he's a top 3 guy. He's battling J. Rock here as J. Rock tries to make a statement at 160, and Adames tries to lock up a showdown with Charlo, or at least lead himself into the world title, the WBC title here, as he tries to take over the 160-pound division. So pretty solid main event right there. Then the undercard, the co-feature is going to be good. You got Erickson Lubin, former two-time world title challenger at 154, making his debut at 160 middleweight as he battles the always tough Luis Arias, middleweight contender. And that should be a good one too, as Lubin tries to bounce back from that loss to Sebastian Fundora last year, in that fight of the year. I'm really looking forward to seeing this card right here. I think there's also a flyweight title fight on the undercard that's going to kick off on June 24th. So some good action, some good fights. I believe the biggest fight of the month is happening this weekend, and that's Taylor and Lopez for the 140-pound title. But you also have some middleweight work going on at between Munguia and Derevyanchenko, Adames and Julian J. Rock Williams, Erickson Lubin making his debut. Then you got the junior middleweight Tim Tszyu fighting on the 17th, and then also Prograis at 140, it making a optional defense, and Rais Salim returning to light up the 122-pound division. So a lot of good things happening in this, in the month of June. Really looking forward to it. Make sure you check it out the next 3 weeks. And that's it. That's what I got. That's the June boxing schedule. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.